A little bit more on redefining success. We have so far identified two killers of success and our awareness of our own personal growth and development. We now know or are reminded to not use others as reference points when measuring our success, and also to define what success means to us personally. I want to focus a little bit more on what defining success means to us, because this is where it can get tricky and things can hit the fan in a hurry. This is where idealism can clash with reality. It is critical that in order to consciously witness personal and professional growth, that we know what we are looking for and we know what we are looking at. For example, you can measure success as the dollar amount of sales in a quarter, purchasing a home, saving a certain amount of money in a year, financial freedom, opening your own business. Now, I hope you've observed what type of successes these are. We will come back to this in a while. The challenge that most of us face is that we have bosses or someone or people to whom we are accountable or stakeholders. How then can you reconcile your personal definition of success with the expectations of others? For example, as a manager of a small business, you are expected to bring in a quarterly profit of $50,000. But you bring in $30,000. Or as an assistant professor, you are expected to have 4 papers published in an academic year, but you only have 2. Should you hold your head down, beat yourself up, and be despondent because you are not succeeding enough? I mean, you can if you want, but you shouldn't. In order to reconcile expectations of others with your own personal definition of success, and to keep reassuring yourself that you're not a failure, it will require a change in our psyche, a psychological evolution. We will have to make a mental shift from seeing success as simply endpoints. Instead, we need to start thinking of success as intricately tied to the process or the journey to these endpoints. If you notice, all of the successes I named above were endpoints: net profit, publications, purchase a home, etc. What you don't see is the process to get to these endpoints, and this is where true success lies. The defined endpoints are easily measurable, and yes, sometimes you have no getting around them. You want to get promoted? Publish 4 papers a year. You want to satisfy your CEO and stakeholders? Get the $50,000 quarterly profit. But you will inevitably run up against externalities beyond your control that may prevent you from hitting these matrices. For example, sickness or death in the family, economic downturns. In defining what success means to you personally, we must elevate the value of the process and the journey and de-emphasize the value of the final product. So even if you don't get that $50,000 quarterly profit, you know you have been putting in the work. You're not a slacker. You have been studying the market and your competitors. You have been motivating your staff and developing interpersonal and leadership skills. Or if you are in college, your success is not so much your GPA. Instead, you have been mastering skills and building character that only life and not an exam can evaluate. In other words, you are growing independent of the final product. This is enduring success rather than fleeting moments of accomplishments. This is that kind of success that just cannot fail, because even in failure, you are growing, you are learning, you are becoming stronger. The final product that we often base our success on is the icing. That's what everyone sees. It makes the cake look good. But the true taste of the cake and what will keep people coming back to it lies beneath the icing. Because beneath are the skills and character we develop only during the process, only during the journey. In redefining your personal success, elevate the process, and while important, de-emphasize the final outcomes. Inspiration, not politics. Blessed love.